you're already not in talking terms with them. All English? Yes. The translation. The word excellence has been used in all the wrong contexts. Because today, excellence means you're doing better than somebody else. You may be doing better than somebody else, but you'll always be doing worse than someone else. So the word excellence doesn't pertain to how better we are to somebody else. Excellence means this human being, this human mechanism is functioning with utmost ease at its best. This is an excellent machine. To excel is not about a winner. Winning is about who you pick to fight with. You pick a weak person and you win every time. That's of no consequence. In every sphere of life, in every sphere of life, there is somebody who will do something better than us, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful that someone is doing better. That's the hope of humanity, that somebody can always do things better. So if you think of excellence as being better than someone or winning over someone, somewhere unknowingly, you will become ill-will. You will hope others will not do so well. You will start waiting how others will fail. Or in other words, you start enjoying the failings of lesser men. If you enjoy others' misfortunes, that's not excellence, that is sickness. So, if you start enjoying other people's failings, if you start enjoying other people's disabilities, this is called sickness, this is not excellence. Unfortunately, the world has become like this. Most people cannot enjoy what they have, they enjoy what others don't have. Three days ago, I was in a town which cuts and polishes most of the diamonds in the world. Wherever they are mined, they are cut and polished in a place called Surat. Almost 60% of the world's diamonds are cut and polished in this town in northern India, western India. So, these are diamonds. Now, they're glass. I'm telling you, you can't make out the difference. If a glass is cut properly, it will look more beautiful than the diamond. And you can wear it as a diamond. Only when you try to sell, there will be a problem. Till then, it is a diamond. Ladies, if you have such diamonds, you don't have to tell me, it's okay. It's all right, it's as beautiful, so what's the problem? And I think it's smart that if you can make glass look like diamond at 1/100th of the price and you wear it and you enjoy it, I think it's really smart. Diamond has become valuable in the marketplace not because of its beauty, because everybody cannot have it. If all the roads in Singapore were paved with diamonds, you would take it and hang it in your ears or your neck, isn't it? Or in other words, in some way, we are enjoying things that others cannot have and thinking this is excellence. This is not excellence, this is sickness. This sickness has pervaded the world in a huge way. Excellence means this has come to a friction-free function. If you want to say a machine is excellent, that means there should be minimum amount of friction or no friction in it. It's performing at its peak. To bring this human mechanism to its highest level of performance, in the sense, performance not again in competition with somebody, just the way this can be, highest level of ease. We call this in yoga as susupti. Susupti means you're asleep and awake at the same time. You're sleeping when you're awake, you're awake when you're sleeping. This means the system is at ease, total ease. Right now, my pulse is beating somewhere around 48 to 52 because I'm speaking. If I simply sit quietly here, it'll go down somewhere below 40. Yes, this is at ease. In this, no friction will happen. If there is no friction, then you can make it do many things, whatever is needed. So you come to excellence, not because you're better than somebody else. You come to excellence because you have come to a certain state of ease within yourself, that you are no more a strife. If you're a strife within yourself, through your actions, even if you have the best intentions, through your actions, you will cause strife in the world. If you want to create a beautiful world, the most important thing is you make this into a beautiful human being. If you don't do this, you have great intentions, but disastrous methods. Right now, our idea of well-being on the planet is super destructive. Everything that we are doing in the name of well-being is probably going to eliminate the planet at some point. Planet may not die, but much life on the planet may die. This is because we are performing action in pursuit of well-being. But if we performed action as an expression of our well-being, this world would be very different. And well-being will not happen because you have gathered this and this. Well-being will only happen if you are seeking well-being. In is the only way out. You can't fix the outside and be well. You can fix the outside and come to a certain state of comfort, certain state of convenience, certain state of empowerment, but you will not come to a state of well-being. So if well-being has to come, we have to turn inward. What is turning inward? Inward does not mean contemplation. Inward does not mean dissection. You're getting very serious. only reason the world is in a lot of trouble is people are dead serious about everything. They are very serious about even things that they do not know. Their heaven and your heaven, both of you have not been there, but you can fight on it because they're dead serious. Yes, you been there to heaven? Oh, you been to heaven? Asking you, no. But people will fight on it. Which heaven is better? Both of them are not seen it. But they're so serious about everything, they can fight. Why go that far? Your thought and somebody else's thought. Oh, people will kill each other. My thought versus your thought. My emotion versus your emotion. Oh, that's a dangerous place to go. It's easier to change your thought than change the world, isn't it? Yes or no? No, not easy. Your thought is a dead serious thing. It's a very serious thing, it can't be changed. We will fight and die for it, but we will not change our thought process. And from you made it up. You can make it whichever way you want, but it's not possible because you become so serious. I'm telling you, you become very serious in this talk. If you're so serious, the only reason, the only and only reason why the entire world is, every human being is not naturally enlightened is because they're dead serious about their life. They don't understand that they're just here for a brief amount of time. They think they are permanent inhabitants of this place. They think they're eternal. I want you to remember, before you and me came here, countless number of people lived on this planet. Hello? Or you think you're the first dinosaur? Countless number of people lived on this planet. Where are they? Well, they were also very smart people. In their time, they were very smart people. Where are they? All topsoil. In China, do they bury people or burn people? Both. Both. So they all became topsoil. Very smart, strong, big people. This will also become topsoil. Unless your friends choose to bury you real deep, fearing that you may rise from the dead, you know. It's happened in the past, you know. This happened. A couple in Texas, in the United States, they're over 70 years of age. It is over 45 years of marriage. They decided that they've been dreaming of visiting the Holy Land in Jerusalem. But they couldn't make it all these years, now they decided to go. So they went to Jerusalem, and Jerusalem is reeking with history, okay? Every corner, every stone has stories to tell. So they were very overwhelmed. You know, they walked the street that Jesus walked, they went to the place where he walked upon water, this, that, everything happening. All this was going great, but unfortunately, the lady had a heart attack and she died. Many times. So now, either to do the burial in Jerusalem, which is the Holy Land, best place to die, or take her back to Texas. So the local people offered. See, to transport the body to Texas, it costs $26,000, plus local charges, whatever there. We will do everything for you here for $20,000. The man thought about it and he said, no, I want to take her back to Texas. Dad, it's Jerusalem. He said, okay, 12,000. 12,000, it's a holy land. The man thought about it and said, no, I'm taking her back to Texas. Then they said, come on, this doesn't make sense. All right, 8,000 just for your special price. The man thought about it and said, no, I'm taking her back to Texas. This doesn't make sense. $26,000 for transportation plus local fees there. Here just 8,000, finish it, this is the Holy Land. The man said, in Texas, dead stay dead. So, it's like a Chinese joke, huh? Who's translating? Oh, you didn't tell the joke. She told the joke. So, this is a brief life. This is a brief life if you live well. If you live joyfully, it's a very brief life. Have you noticed this? On a particular day, you're very happy. 24 hours, poof, went off like that. Yes?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Another day, you're miserable, depressed. 24 hours feels like a year. Yes? So time is a relative experience. If you're a joyful person, life is very brief. If you're a miserable person, you have a long life. Miserable people, only miserable people have a long life. Otherwise, it's a very brief life. If you're ecstatic, before you know what happened, it will be over. Even if you live to be 100, it will be just over like that. And you will live a full life because today there is substantial medical and scientific evidence to show you that only when you're in a pleasant state of experience, your body and your mind will function at its best. If you want to succeed in the world, if you want to do something well in the world, essentially it's about how well you harnessed your body and your mind. Today there is medical and scientific evidence to show you. You know this by experience. Have you noticed this? When you are tense, when you're in tension or stress, you don't see even what is hanging right in front of your face. Yes or no? When you're relaxed, you see everything. Wow. So this is excellence, that you are in a state of ease. You may be very dynamic in your activity, but you are in a state of ease. Everything is happening without friction within you. When this machine flows very smoothly, then you're in a state of excellence. Now you will realize the full potential of your life. Otherwise, you don't need enemies, you're on self-help. When I say you don't need enemies, when is the last time somebody poked you with a dagger? Hello? They never poked you? Okay, maybe when you were in school, somebody poked you with a pin. Or that also they did not do? They should ignore you so much. I'm saying, how much pain and suffering has come to you from outside? Minuscule, isn't it? The rest is all self-help. Yes? On self-help, continuously, every day poking yourself. In so many ways. You can call this stress, you can call this anxiety, you can call this fear, you can call it misery, you can call it whatever you want. Essentially, Your intelligence is turned against you, that's all that's happened. Yes? You don't need outside help. People come to me and say, Sadhguru, my mother-in-law. Impossible. Even in China? Even in Chinese mother-in-law, impossible? My boss, horrible. My husband, oh, he's from another planet. My neighbor, like this it goes on. I tell them, you come, don't worry. I will make sure your husband, your wife, your mother-in-law, your boss, nobody will enter this place, okay? I'll give you a nice place to stay, good food to eat. You don't have to do anything. You just sit, just be here joyfully, that's all. No need to do anything. I'll give you a nice place to stay, good food. Only thing is, I will randomly check you. When I do a random check, I want to see you joyful. If you're miserable, I don't believe in feeding misery. You should not feed misery, isn't it? Hello? Either within yourself or outside, you should not feed misery, isn't it? Oh, you leave them there for 24 hours. In how many ways they'll twist themselves? No outside help, all by themselves. No boss, no mother-in-law, no husband, no wife, nobody, by themselves. When you're alone, if you're miserable, you're obviously in bad company, isn't it? If you're alone and you're miserable, you are in bad company, isn't it? If you don't fix this is not going to go. When I'm with you, I can say, because of you I'm miserable. But I'm here alone and I'm miserable. This means, this needs to be fixed. Fixing this, what does it mean? What is it that gets a human being to a state where functioning seamlessly, at the same time friction-free within ourselves? There are many ways to look at this. How complicated shall I make it? It's a question. How complicated shall I make it for you? Because there are some people who want to make their life simple. There are many people who want to make it complicated because they think that is the only way they'll find meaning. This is a very simple process. It is just that if your body and your mind take instructions from you, would you be healthy and blissful? It's a question. If your body took instructions from you, would you keep it healthy? If your mind took instructions from you, would you keep it blissful? So this is all the problem is. Both your body and mind not taking instructions from you. You say, I want to be peaceful. Right now, suppose my hand starts jumping like this without my permission. Ridiculous state or not? Hello? Yes. This is what is happening with your mind. It's jumping all over the place without your permission. Yes? Ridiculous state or not? Your only comfort is others cannot see it. Your only comfort is others cannot see how your mind is jumping. No, if they pay enough attention, they can see how it's jumping. Now, once your mind doesn't take instructions, being peaceful, joyful, all these things are accidental. Once in a way it happens. When outside situations align themselves properly for you, then for a few moments you're happy, otherwise… Do you remember when you were a child, when you were 5 years of age, your face was like this? Yes? No? like this. What happened? Nothing went wrong. For most of you, life has worked out way better than you ever imagined, isn't it so? Compared to your parents and their parents, materially, are you not living much better than the way they lived? Yes or no? As a generation, never before in the history of humanity, any generation had these kind of comforts and conveniences that you have. Yes or no? But still, all these comforts and conveniences are not coming easy. We're burning the planet to have all this. At least if you're joyful, it's worthwhile burning. For miserable people, why are we burning the planet? Yes, at least you're really joyful, let's make a bonfire of the planet. But now we are anyway making a bonfire, nobody's having a party. Whole lot of miserable people. Miserable does not mean that you must be clinically depressed or something. I want you to look back and see, in 24 hours' time, when you were 5 years of age, in 24 hours' time, how many moments of joy did you know? Today, in 24 hours' time, how many moments of joy do you know? Has it gone up or gone down? Down. That means you are not moving towards excellence, you are moving towards friction. This is not coming to ease, this is getting into a messy situation within itself. Outside, you may be successful, you made money, you built this, you built that, everything you did, but this is slowly going down. When you were a child, you had nothing, okay? You were like a slave. Somebody says, get up, you must get up. Somebody says, go to sleep, you must sleep. Somebody says, eat, you must eat. Somebody says, go to school, you must go to school. Slavery only, isn't it? And still you were joyful. Today, everything is yours. You got a whole lot of things, but not because life is wrong, not because something is wrong, simply because we have not learned how to handle this more sophisticated machine that we have, which we call as human mechanism. Do you agree with me? Of all the machines and gadgets that you have seen, this is the most sophisticated machine you have seen?
Yes.
I'm asking you, have you read the user's manual? No? So now I give you a touch screen, very sensitive phone, you are like this. That's not the way to operate it. If you knew how to operate it, this can do miraculous things. If you don't know how to operate it, it does mundane things, or even in that it troubles you. To eat, sleep, reproduce and die one day. An earthworm does it more efficiently than you, yes or no? Hello? Insects, worms, birds, animals, eating, sleeping, reproducing, dying, are they not doing it more efficiently than you? See, eating, for example. There are insects in the world which can eat 50 times their own body weight in 24 hours. That means if you're 50 kilograms, you can eat 2.5 tons of food. That would be real party. But now look at your body, how it is. If you eat little more than what you should eat, you either end up in the doctor's or in the toilet. No good for eating, I'm saying. Not a competition for insects or birds or whatever. Sleeping, we have the most comfortable mattresses done for ourselves. But if you lie there for a few more hours than you should, it becomes very uncomfortable. There are birds, insects and animals which sleep 3 months at a stretch. 6 months at a stretch. So sleeping department also you are not a competition. Reproduction, to bear one child, how much fuss? They do it in hundreds, thousands, some of them in millions. You are not a competition in reproduction department at all. To die, that also they do it without any fuss. That also too much fuss. The most obvious thing to do, one day to die, that also too much fuss, isn't it? So everything that a small tiny creature like an insect can do, we are doing it with lot of fuss, but we got such a big brain. They got 1/1,000,000th of a brain, but they're doing it quite well. Yes, they're doing it quite well, what they can do. With such a big brain, we're struggling because… You heard of Charles Darwin? Darwin? You studied Darwin? No, Charles Darwin. Evolutionary theory. Charles Darwin told you that you were all monkeys and somehow you became human. No, this is not my statement, okay? He said that you were all monkeys and suddenly you became human. And see, when a tiny little deer could have become a giraffe, but it took so many million years. A pig could have become an elephant, but it took so many more million years. But a monkey became a human being rather quickly. So quickly that anthropologists think there is a missing link. I'm just looking. The DNA difference between a chimpanzee and you is only 1.23%. 1.23% is not much of a difference, isn't it? 1.23%, not a great percentage, is it? Yes, physiologically, that is how close to chimpanzee we are. But in terms of our intellect and intelligence and awareness, we're worlds apart from a chimpanzee. Now our problem is just this. We have an intelligence for which we don't have a stable enough base. Now, this intelligence keeps on bothering us. If I take away half your brain, most of you will be peaceful. Problem is the brain. What is the greatest gift to humanity has become a serious problem. Yes? Yes. The best thing that we have is our intelligence, isn't it? But that is the problem, unfortunately. If we do not learn how to create a stable base for this intelligence, you will see this intelligence will be our worst enemy. You can, again, I'll go through this, you can call it stress, anxiety, fear, madness, whatever you want to call it, it's essentially your intelligence going against you, isn't it? Your own intelligence is turned against you because there is no stable platform. I was, every year we're trekking in Tibet and Nepal. 2 years ago I'm there, I'm sitting in a tent doing some work. There's another person there cutting an apple. Another person tells this person, "Be careful, it's a very sharp knife." It irritates me because I call something a knife only because it's sharp. I wouldn't call something else a knife unless it's sharp. If it's a little child, you tell them. A grown man, you don't tell him it's a sharp knife, be careful. Okay, I ignored it and go ahead with my work. 2 minutes later, again, this person says, "Be careful, it's a very sharp knife." I said, "Come on, leave him alone." He's a grown man, it's not some complex machinery he's handling, there's a bloody knife. He can handle it. So, no, Sadhguru, it's a very sharp knife. Then I continue with my work. After 2 minutes, whispers, it's a very sharp knife. And in 2 minutes, he cuts his hand. That's okay. Why I'm telling you this is all your problem. There is a very sharp knife here, but no steady hand. Why we will not give a knife to a child's hand is not because knife is dangerous, because child doesn't have a steady hand. He may harm himself or somebody else. Stability is missing. Knife is not dangerous. Every day you tell me, in the last 24 hours, has knives on the planet, have they saved more lives or taken more lives? It's a question. Have they saved more lives or taken more lives? Saved more lives. Here and there, in the wrong hands, it might have taken a few lives, but largely it saved more lives. And all the food that you prepare and so many things that you do without a knife, your kitchen would be crippled, isn't it? So knife is not a dangerous thing. If you don't have a steady hand, yes, it becomes dangerous. Is intelligence a dangerous thing? Is intelligence a dangerous thing? It is the best thing that's happened to us, isn't it? Yes or no? Among all the creatures, we are not the strongest. But today, there was a time, if you said tiger, people would tremble. Today, if you say tiger, people will say, oh, we should protect it. Tiger has become a pussycat. The word tiger, man, is supposed to tremble. But no, today tiger means we need to take care of it, it's going to die. Why? Simply because of a higher level of intelligence, we dominated everything, isn't it? Now, if this intelligence doesn't work for us, as we made other creatures extinct on this planet, we will make ourselves also extinct if we lose control over this intelligence. Only if it works for us, it makes our lives wonderful. If it works against us, nobody can save you. Now, the entire process of what excellence means is, your body, your mind, 100% works for you, never against you. Because right now, if my own hand wants to pluck my eyeballs out, nobody can stop this, isn't it? If somebody else wants to do it, we can protect ourselves, we can do many things. But my own hands want to pluck it out. No protection against this, isn't it? Right now this is just like this. Your own mind is busy causing havoc with you because your education systems, entire world, not in any particular country, entire world, education systems have become such, they are telling you how to handle everything in the universe. But they're not saying a word about how to handle this. If you do not know how to handle this, even if I give you the entire galaxy to you, what the hell are you going to do with it? You're anyway going to be a mess. Yes? You're anyway going to be a mess. Being human is not just about survival. Being human is not just about eating well, sleeping well, reproducing, living in comfort. It's not just that. This is capable of immense possibilities. When I say immense possibilities, can I tell you a story? You're getting so serious. No, I hesitate because the moment I say once upon a time, people think it's bedtime. No, not so long ago. Not time to sleep, okay? Not so long ago, I had a great-grandmother who lived to be 113, 113 years of age. People said she's a devil of a woman, not because she did any harm to anybody. Never in her life she caused any harm to anyone, but she used to laugh. If she laughed, the entire street shook. Like that, she would let off hoots of laughter. Those generations of women, they were not supposed to laugh loudly. Was it so in China also?
Yes.
They were not supposed to laugh loudly. I don't know how people live with women who cannot laugh. But so people said she's a devil of a woman because she laughs like this. I was just 4 or 5